This is a special report short. Roll the clip.
And don't make the mistake that most of your mothers and fathers made. When I wake up in the morning, my prayers, not thank God I woke up, the Ku Klux Klan woke up this morning. The drug pushers woke up this morning. I thank God that I made another 24 hours in the most vicious, nasty, hateful, insane nation that's ever existed with my wits, without hating, without being bitter, without being mean.
Victor.
And I thank God that I survived 24 hours in that type of atmosphere with the type of amusement and friendliness. And so I would say to young folks, uh, don't be in a state of denial of the racism and sexism, but don't let that block you. Don't teach your children that you have to be twice as good as a white. That's an awful thing to teach your child. Mm-hmm. That's like saying because you're black, white America has a right to change your dollar for 94 cents. But we used to get 50 cents, and before that we used to get nothing. Young folks have to say, we don't want more change for a dollar. Excuse me, we want a full dollar's change for a dollar, or this cash register will never ring again.
Yes.
I would also like for young blacks to understand that about 83% of all employment happen with small businesses. And excuse me, if you don't have a small business, then you have nobody to work for you. And I would say to young blacks, get into entrepreneurship. We will never catch up with white America till we get into business, because there's a thing called tax write-offs. And if you have a job and come together, 10 of you, and open up a corporation and have somebody run it, you hiring somebody to run it, but you have tax write-offs. 98% of people that fly first class on airplanes would not be there if that wasn't a write-off. And yet, on that first class, they gave away last year $800 million, almost $1 billion of free whiskey. But if a welfare mother asked for some apple juice for the baby, she's laughed at. Mm-hmm. And so I would say entrepreneurship, and then understand that we will never survive as a group until we get into communities and not neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. A community is, I control the police, the banks, the schools, the firefighters, and I control the flow of the money. And I have no problem when I go in a Jewish neighborhood and the shop owners are Jewish, and I go into an Italian neighborhood and shop owners are Italian. I have a problem when I come in a black neighborhood and the shop owners is not me. A Korean has a right to come in and buy my shop for $30 million more than it's worth. That's good business. But if we decide that we're not going to do business with that one, then he'll have to sell it back, or she'll sell it back to a black person for $1 million. Yes. And then the money circulates, and that's how you change. We've been so busy dealing with the hurt and the pain and the misery and glamorizing a handful that have made it, that we have never really looked at, like they say, your role model. If you haven't got a role model in your house, you should fall on your knees and pray to God, because something is wrong.
Yes.
And so I would say to young folks, it's not about alcohol, but it's hard for me to say that to you when a 5-year-old got to reach past mama's beer and papa's wine to get some mayonnaise. I would also say to young folks that the number one drug that will wipe you out is not cocaine, it's not heroin, it's marijuana. And they deliberately make that a recreation drug, but it stays in the muscles, it stays in the blood, and it will wipe out your memory bank. And also, this is the first time in the history of TB that TB has always been known as poor folks. It's the first time that TB is not running rampant in the ghetto. it's running rampant in middle income white America because it's the marijuana that they spray, and that's no accident. And so I would just say to young folks, you have to reevaluate everything you've been taught. I would say to the black folks that just because a black person is 90 years old don't mean they have wisdom, and you need to listen to them, because if you was dumb and stupid when you was 9, you dumb and stupid when you 90.
See, I don't have nothing. I just have to produce a body. I don't have to move a mic, move a chair, move nothing. So for those of you that's responsible for this, we say thank you. Secondly, let me say thanks for the invisible people that make this happen. The people at the airport, the people that came and met me. If you ever been to an airport on a rainy, snowy day and the planes are canceled, you ever had that happen? And the next thing you know is 2 o'clock in the morning and they ran out of all the lies. So now they got to put you in a hotel. And as you leave the airport, all the restaurants is no food. The men's room and the ladies' room is filthy. No toilet paper, no paper to wipe your hands. This is 4 o'clock in the morning. You go to the hotel, you got to be back up at 5. You go back to the airport, hear me good. All the men's rooms and ladies' room is spotless cleaned. The paper that wasn't there is there. All the cooks are back. And anything you want, they have. These are the invisible people that we don't give a damn about. You leave here, when them spaceships leave here, going up, they got to go through tens of billions of clouds and other stuff that's there we can't even pronounce to get there. And unbeknown to you, after we leave here tonight, somebody will come in here and clean up behind us. We will never know their name. That's what America is about. A bunch of trifling nonsense. The sad part about it is you don't know it. Bad part. When you were born, the universe gave you a vibration that nobody can trick you. Huh? Nobody can trick you at all. And so I've listened to, thank you. And I'm saying to you now, there will come a day when we took off in comedy, there were no comedy clubs, huh? None. At all. There was no place you could train or get the feeling of it. You want to play music, there's a school you can go to, whatever you wanted to do except comedy. And I sit here, it's the first time I've been in one of these places. I sit here and I realize there will come a day when people just coming up talking about their experience. See, it's one thing you read what the New York Times says about me or the Washington Post, what all they bias. It's another thing when you hear me stand here and talk, not being interpreted by anyone. And you need to do this at home. Huh? Stop being all serious when you get home. Especially you black folks, you've been in some old white racist job, most of you didn't even know it was like that. And you want to come home and you want to be a man. They call you everything but a man. And you say to your son, goddamn bomb your daddy, I'll kill you, nigga, this is my house. Oh, you're not mad at me. You mad at them white folks that all you did was smile. It's a game they play. Your father, Watch, everybody came there. That means he was a trifling nigga when he was young. And think everybody else come to get his daughter be like him. That's what it's about. See, you older folks think y'all got wisdom. You ain't got a damn thing. How you got wisdom when a cop can shoot your son in the back of the head and you don't do nothing about it, huh? How you got some kind of wisdom when you go to war for the same country that enslaved you and then bring Korean Germans over here? And did y'all see the story 2 weeks ago where they found out it was hundreds of Germans found getting Social Security? Okay? And you black folks just sit around like you a wimp on a log. Huh? And so you got to quiet. That's what we're talking about. Quiet your spirit. So you can hear the real God, not the church. The real God. Now let me say something. I'll be saying something about white folks tonight, and you white folks don't get uncomfortable. I will not be talking about you. See, I've advocated for years, since I've had some sense, white ain't a color, it's an attitude. And if you don't have trillions of dollars in the bank, you can't have the attitude. So if I ever took over, I'd make all you black folks apologize to white folks because you mad at the wrong white folks. The white folks you mad at couldn't help you if they liked you. See how it works? And some of you white folks, y'all need to get you some real Negro friends. Some young ones that ain't gonna lie to you. White men, this might be the first time you heard this. Do you think we'll ever get damn sick and tired of you walking up to us with 3 and 4 PhDs, mansions we live in that's bigger than your whole community, and look at me and say, you staying out of trouble? Boy, your mama's staying out of trouble. Huh? Now think about this. You women don't hear it. Huh? I don't care how much money you make, how much you got in the bank. Most of them white folk walk up and say, are you staying out of trouble? And nobody's ever stopped to say, wait, hold on. I was at a LaGuardia, I guess airport about, 20 years ago, and I see this white lady and this little girl, couldn't be no more than 5 years old, they looking at me. So children are honest. She walked to me and said, excuse me, your name Dick Gregory? I said, yep. He said, my mama said you got a tail. You know how stupid and ungodly you got to be mad at a 5-year-old child when it come from her mama? So I said, yeah, tell her I got a tail, but tell her mine's in the front. I was looking at all that snow out there in Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, New York. They talk about more that the football game got to be canceled than the 10 people that died. And the people that's trapped in the house. That's the America we live in. And y'all can play all your games. There is a universal God, not the Catholic Church or the Baptist Church, that put the whole planet together. And let me hip some of you old folks that need to be hip. There are more stars in the sky than grains of sand on planet Earth. That's who made you. Citizen Roe didn't make you. Citizen Roebuck didn't give you nappy. God gave you nappy hair. And you the only woman on the planet that wear all kind of wigs, all kind of cover, and you don't know something's wrong with you. Huh? They got you believing you ugly. It ain't about ugly. It's about beauty. they have you locked up on glamour. Glamour. It's a big difference between glamour and God's beauty. Somewhere. I married a little old country girl. Smart. I met her at the University of Chicago. Well, she met me. Oh, they just loved her. Oh, she worked for the top people that have messed this world up. That's who she worked for. She didn't know what they were doing. Schultz, Dr. Stigler, the statistics that they use now come from Dr. Stigler. They go all over the world. They had to call Lillian. What do I have to do today? What do I have to do? So then when Stigler published his first book, he called the house and said, I sent a copy of the book you gave. He said to Lillian Gregory, the real author of this book. Come on, man, you bullshit. She ain't wrote nothing. She organized your work. Then when he gets a Nobel Prize for it, he calls the house. They're going to like you and your wife to come to Oslo. No, you did that, man. I barely know how to spell statistics. But whatever they are, I didn't tell him this, they got to be messed up. Because nothing came out of the University of Chicago that was good. It's a game. So these little children, listen to your children now. Because they be saying all kinds of things about your dumb ass. And the reason they won't say it to you, they know you so ignorant and messed up, you would hit them. When I was 9 years old, my mother said something I didn't like, and I called her a real dirty name, bitch. He said, what'd you call me? I called you a bitch. I was 9 years old. Where'd you hear that? I hear Daddy call you that all the time. You never chastise him. This is a game. And one day, when the real stuff comes down, y'all think y'all gonna make it somewhere special? You ain't going nowhere special. There's a real God that says to you, nigga, I made you. Not the Ku Klux Klan. And if you think I'm gonna sit by and let you reduce yourself below the dignity that I gave you just so you can feed your family and pay your rent, I'll destroy you from the inside. That's the real God talking. That's no Klanner. You ever dawn on you the same God that created the Ku Klux Klan and the slave owner also created you? Are you aware that the same God created the Germans, created the Jews? Now, if you can't figure that out, you're in trouble. And maybe through a set like this, where you can come and hear the talking word and then go home and put your family together and do the talking word. And make somebody else the hero other than some jive entertainers or athletes. That's the biggest game of bullshit in the world. I know you all. There's people sitting in this room now that done more for the humanities than 98% of all the athletes and entertainers put together. This is a game they play. I called Bill Cosby. They said, man, I never been to law school. I sure would like to be your lawyer. No, did you see what that white woman 2 days ago said he carried me to his house and gave me some wine and gave me this pill? What trifling hoe is you gonna take a pill? Huh? That's somebody you don't know and swallow it? And you gonna come to me with some credibility? It might have happened, but what you telling me? I have no respect for that, and I'm a father with 7 daughters. Huh? But you took a pill from a stranger? Huh? And then wonder what happened? Well, don't y'all be laughing. Y'all done something, it just wasn't a pill. Have you ever woke up the next day and said, I wonder what got into me last night? I did. So we'll fast forward my daughter, my oldest daughter, Michelle. Them niggas scare me. They don't even talk black. Dad. Said, Mother told me to find out if you had some time that I could do an interview with you. Yeah, she said, well, we're doing an interview on the family, whole class. And you could do it on one or two things, the family, or you could do it on the astronauts. So I said, you gonna do it on the family? Okay, she gets a little note. She's 6 years old. Yeah. Dad, how did you propose to Mother? I said, Michelle, me and her got married on February the 2nd, and you was born March the 28th. Now, you've been with me. You know all my children are bright because I didn't mess with them. Huh? She said, oh, I think I'll do it on the astronaut. All my children is bright because I told them education ain't nothing. Huh? Nothing. All the folks you read about in the Bible, wasn't no schools then. Huh? The Egyptians that built the pyramid, wasn't no schools then. What kind of fools are y'all? Napoleon had the greatest army at the time in the history of the planet. And he went to Napoleon, but them niggas don't even make matches. And beat up his whole army. Took their stuff, they didn't use it, they threw it in the ocean. And then the real people came in. The real ones. Of course, he thought he ran the country. The real white boys came in and said, he said, let me explain to you. No, you can't explain to me what happened. Just get out of here and go home. We got the scientists in here. So they went back and Napoleon said, what happened? He said, voodoo. You know why you're laughing? Because they tricked us all and make us believe voodoo is something. Voodoo in French is a French word, spiritual Adam. You can't see. Neither one of them would translate to Uncle Tom. Y'all can play all your games about Uncle Tom if you want. But one day you better figure it out. A tomboy is a tough girl. A tomcat's a tough girl. When it come my turn, this thug that made it weak and y'all buy that. Uncle Tom is a shapeshifter. Okay? But here's this white boy that come over here and you listen to him. I mean, the one clue you should have jumped up on, Columbus didn't discover America. The boy got lost. I was born on October the 12th. I've done more to discover America than he did. So when you stop and think about Columbus, you don't need to go to Harvard. All you got to ask is, how can you discover a country that's already occupied? And if you buy that, I can walk out here tonight and discover your car with you sitting in it on the parking lot. You say, get out this car, I discovered it. Sit in the back seat and teach me Thanksgiving.
Doctrine of discovery.
The show, and then after the show, he was taking pictures with everyone.
Well, that will conclude this little tribute to Dick Gregory. I'll be going live hopefully tomorrow morning, and I'll be talking about the United Nations running out of money potentially at the end of this month. Get informed and get in action. This concludes TPIM SR Live. tribute to Dick Gregory, and I will be doing a special this Saturday on his birthday, October 12th, 2019. I hope you all join me. Peace and power. Hey everybody, thank you for watching the video. This is True Power is Mine. As always, live your life with integrity, without hate, without envy, and or greed. Peace. Also, support me on Patreon. Patreon /join/True Power is Mine. I'm out of here.